Hi guys, welcome back to G-Zone Game with me, Mr. Fury, and we're gonna crack on with our drive. Let's have a see where we're going. I can't remember. We're going to Aberdeen, and we're at Newcastle. So let's get driving. We've got quite a few topics to go through today, guys. Quite a few bit of news on the new consoles and some new games. So we'll just get in here now and we'll crack on. I've got to try and get through them before we get to Aberdeen. Right. Still got our load. Yep. And we just got to get out of here. Get out of here. So, first topic. We'll start. What I want to do is I'm going to have I don't know how they wrote it. We're going to start with the less important news, and then at the end we've got a big story for you guys. So, first topic is State of Decay. Now, if you guys don't know this, but State of Decay is a new zombie game, and it's pretty violent, and it's supposed to be like a funny twist on zombies. Now then, I think it was a few videos back. I talked to you about Saints Row 4 being banned in Australia, and what's happened is they've gone and banned State of Decay as well for the same same pissing reasons, because it wasn't the sexual violence. I know that be hard to do in a zombie game, like, but it was for prescription drugs, like misuse of prescription goods like ibuprofen and stuff over the counter and stuff like that. So it's been banned from Australia for that. And going on to Saints Row. Now, I chuckled for a bit when I read this, but I mean, I've read a few sites and they're all the same thing. But yeah, it's actually yesterday when I actually made the videos, and I thought I'd make another video today, just because of this new news. And it come out today of the reasons why they banned Saints Row 4 in America. Now, the least funny bit is this, part of Saints Row 4 is set in space, and they got banned for, you have to, in part of the game you've got to go and you've got to get some drugs, alien narcotics they call it, or something, and you got to find it in space and then smoke the drug, and it gives you superpowers to make the level easier. So they got banned for that reason. And then the funniest by far is what they describe sexual violence, and it was there's a weapon in the game called an alien anal probe, and basically it's got a gun stock on the bottom, and then like these spiral things coming up, and it looks like a big dildo on the end. And you can just walk up to anybody on the street with this thing, and your enemies, and they've got to be clothed as well. And you shove this dildo thing, this anal probe, in between the heads, right up the backside, right? And then you shoot it with the gun stock, and it fires them into the air. Now that's funny shit, but that was described as Sexual violence taken out of context. I thought that was rather funny. So I can't wait for that game now. It's gonna be fun. Just gonna walk up to random people and violating their anal passages. Okay. Alright, now let's get serious and talk about the main bit of news. This guy trying to overtake in my mirror, or what? Oh, that should be a cunt. Yeah. Now then. Oh, press the E button. The main news is quite big news and shows just what Sony and PlayStation are like. Now then, in February when they did the original press conference when they announced the PlayStation 4 was going to be released, and they didn't show the console or anything, but they did mention for a split second about their version of the Kinect. It's called PlayStation Eye or something. And originally they were planning of shipping out the PlayStation 3, 4 even, with this Eye, this camera. And they were going to sell it for $499, and they had this out. They sent it all off to like your game, all the game shops and everything. Sent it all off, did all that jazz and everything. This is a windy ass road. Have you seen it on the blaming map? Anyway, I sent it all off, and then they caught wind of what Microsoft were going to sell their console, the Xbox One, and they were going to sell them at the same price. Now, I'm sorry to all PlayStation people out there, and I have a PlayStation myself, and I like the PlayStation. I've had it all the time. But they caught wind of how much Microsoft were going to sell it for, and this is a month before E3, and they they didn't want Xbox to dominate the market, because I'm sorry, PlayStation people, if they would have been the same price, and now that we know there's no online connection needed for the Xbox, and you can use games that are exactly the same as they are now, and they were both the same price, I'm sorry, but Xbox would run the market. They really would. And a lot of PlayStation fanboys are going to be slating me right now, and a lot of PlayStation, and when I say this, but I would have thought a lot of PlayStation people would have gone over to the Xbox, just merely for the game content, because of the games. Their exclusive games look a hell of a lot better. Now then, what they did a month before when they found out this, and they didn't want to lose out to Xbox, is they contacted all of their game sellers. Well, you know what I mean, don't you? All the shops, and they said, right, all them posters what we give you and everything like that, we need them back. They sent out new posters, and the new posters didn't have the eye on it. PlayStation Eye, the camera thing. So what they've done is, as soon as they found out Xbox's price, they've dropped that eye and dropped the price of the eye off the console, so it's $399. Yeah? However, in the short term, it seems to be working. In the short term, because PlayStation sales are, their estimated sales are up, and the pre-orders for PlayStation 4 are sky high. They're beating the Xbox at the minute. However, it's worked for them in that sense. However, game developers, where the companies actually make the money, because they don't make much money on the consoles. If they probably lose, they're more likely to lose money on the consoles. The game developers know that the Xbox, every single person who buys an Xbox is going to have a Kinect, and it's going to be connected, and it's going to be there to use, so they can develop games from the start with the Kinect going. You know, they've got all the development thing. They know it's part of the operating system. They know it's every person who has an Xbox is going to have it. So they're not. It's not like now when they don't want to make. They don't want to make. At the minute, they don't want to make games for the Xbox 360 with Kinect enabled on it or available on it, because it's just a small market of people who have got the Kinect. But the new Xbox is every Xbox is going to have a Kinect. So they're going to go, right, we're going to utilise the Kinect now in our games and make games better. The Kinect has so much going for it. It's just got to be used in the right way. And now that every developer knows that the Kinect is part of the console when you buy it, and everyone's going to have one, they can make the games and incorporate it and know that it's going to be used, and know that, you know, everyone using the Xbox is going to do it. Now, it was the same for PlayStation. PlayStation were exactly the same boat. The developers thought they knew that the PlayStation and the Xbox were going to have the sensors, so they could make the games around them. But now PlayStation have dropped that out of the price and dropped the camera off, so PlayStation don't have that to their advantage. They just don't have it. So what's going to happen when the developers are making games? The games are going to be miles better on the Xbox. What are you doing, pal? The game's going to be miles better on the Xbox, because they're going to have integrated Kinect services. And I know at the minute it's gimmicky. The Kinect is gimmicky. It's just, oh, you say something and it does it. But imagine a game developer coming out and having the Kinect and utilising it to its full potential and making that game fantastic. Yeah? Just imagine it, everything you can think of. Just making that game perfect. They're not going to get that on the PlayStation, because the game developers aren't going to make games with that in mind, because not everyone's going to have one of these PlayStation Eyes. Yeah? So people aren't going to buy the game. So they're going to lose out. They're going to lose out massively in the future. Xbox will have the upper hand, because we all know 6 months after the Xbox and PlayStation come out, they're going to drop in price anyway. Maybe not that much, but they're going to drop in price. I guarantee after the first year, the PlayStation and Xbox will be like $50 difference. Xbox aren't gonna let them dominate the market because of the price, and you shouldn't let them dominate the market because of the price. I mean, if you can afford $400 at launch, just sacrifice something now and get the Xbox, because in the long run you'll be getting a better console. It just seems like PlayStation have done this for the reasons for exactly what they've done now. They wanted the pre-order sales up, they wanted their estimates for the launch up, and they've succeeded. There's no doubt about it. I'm not that, you can't deny the fact that that's happened. But they've really messed up, because now people are hearing about this story and they're getting a bee in a bonnet, and I'm not surprised. because it's just sort of, it's not fair. It's not nice. I know nothing's fair in flipping business and all this shit, but you know, come on, you gotta have a bit of, stick to a plan. If you have a plan, if they would have both come out at $4.99, right, no one would have made a fuss. Nobody would have made a fuss. People who were with PlayStation would, you know, who were with PlayStation would have said, right, okay, well, you know, I'll stick with PlayStation or whatever. An Xbox, but I do reckon if they were the same price, there'll be a lot of PlayStation people coming over to the Xbox. And this is what I'm saying. People are looking at the price now, and it's like $399 for a PlayStation or $499. Now, this is dollars, by the way, so it's, you know, for the Xbox. But you're getting more for your money. You really are getting a lot more for your money, and it's future proof. If see people, and then see these PlayStation Eyes aren't going to sell as well, because if you think about it, right, people aren't going to go out and, people who are going to go out and buy the PlayStation 4 for $399 or £345, yeah, they're going to have to go out and spend an extra £100 on this new PlayStation Eye. So it's exactly the same price as the flaming thing, and I've missed me bloody turning again. Exactly the same price as the Xbox, which comes with it as better content coming. See, and a lot of people are making a big fuss about this as well. PlayStation have got 30 exclusive games coming out in the first year. Or is it? They've got 30. No, they've got 30 exclusive games in development. 30, and 20 of them are coming out in the first year. Now, great, fantastic, but what quality are the games? Because, I'm sorry, but games like that Blockman, you know, with all the little fucking bits of metal on him, I can't remember what it's called, and he keeps separating and doing all that sort of shit. And then you get off here and do a Yui. Yeah, that to me isn't like a proper grade A game. It just isn't. It doesn't cut it for me. And I tell you now, most of them 20 games are gonna be like that. Them fucking stupid little games for kids. Not proper blockbuster games. They're not gonna be blockbuster games because the blockbuster games are gonna be on both consoles. And I mean, their exclusives are gonna be like the only big ones there's gonna be an Uncharted. Yeah. There's gonna be, you know, a Gran Turismo, and you know, other ones what they've made for the PlayStation 3, and carry on with them series. Those are going to be the big blockbuster ones for PlayStation, but there's no new one. You know, there's a couple of new ones. I can't remember what it's called. There's that Infamous Sons. I think that's a PlayStation exclusive. You know, that looks like a decent game, but there's not a wide range in their development of these big blockbuster games. Whereas you look at Xbox, you've got Dead Rising 3, you've got Quantum Break, Titanfall, all look to be grade A, Game of the Year contenders, top notch games. Yeah? PlayStation haven't got that. And that's what they're worried about. They're worried about it. Why else would they have done what they've done with the price? If PlayStation claimed to be all this hot, like, we're the leaders of the market and all this crap, right? Why be scared of Microsoft? Why? Microsoft weren't bothered. Microsoft weren't bothered. PlayStation come out and said $399. Microsoft could have come out a week later when they released all this information about not all you don't have to have an internet connection and you can use games. They could have come out at the same time and undercut or matched the PlayStation with the Kinect still involved. Then PlayStation would have been fucked. All I'm saying is Microsoft had a game plan, they had a business plan from probably months and months before we even heard about the new, we officially heard the Xbox was coming out. And we all had rumours for like 2 years it was coming out this year, but like officially found out it was definitely coming out this year. Like probably months and months before that they had a price in mind. And that was jotted on paper and probably finalised and all that crap. $499. And they haven't changed. They haven't changed from it. They probably would have heard about the PlayStation as well before E3 press conference. I'm sorry, you guys are not naive to think, that they wouldn't know. Of course they knew. If PlayStation knew about Xbox, I'm guaranteeing Xbox knew about PlayStation. You think about it. They're sending off these posters and this, that, and the other to these big game shops and stuff. Yeah, I guarantee one of them, they would have just contacted one of the people, paid them a bunch of money, and found out exactly what they were going to get. Going to be what was on the PlayStation poster, how much, and all that crap. The release date, if there's one, all that shit. So Xbox would have known. Xbox would have known, and PlayStation knew about it. And what did they do? They played a fucking. They played a good. They played it well for the short term. They did. They played it well. They undercut Microsoft. Then they come out straight away. Said not always, never have to be online. You use games. Yeah, you can whatever you use games. And Microsoft the thing is with Microsoft is they were that hit back at E3, and all the feedback from everybody about the Xbox being you got to be online and use games you have to pay to play, and it's more expensive. They were getting bashed a lot. So I think what they've done is to calm it down a little bit was just say, look, use games, you can use games, and you don't have to be online to play. But they also added in a feature which I think's great. You can share your game library with your mates. Up to 10 friends. They can play your games, you can play their games. You don't have to swap discs or go around to their house to swap discs. You just play over. You just send a message when you want to play a game of theirs. Get permission, and then there you go. Off you go, playing their game on your console. Up to 10 of your friends. That makes your potential game library massive. You think about you got 10 friends, and some of them are gonna have different games. You just play their games. So I think what it is Microsoft confident that with the Kinect being included and all these and the 10 friends and all the services that they provide, which is a hell of a lot more than their bloody PlayStation, I can guarantee you that Microsoft have gone out and made massive deals because they've had 7 years and more getting revenue from Xbox Live Gold memberships, and they've got all that extra money, and they've gone out and they've made deals with big companies and big TV like providers, and they've gone out and I wonder how long it'd take. Well, if a car comes, you're not getting back in, son. You know what? Sod it. So yeah, they've made deals, and they've got the most, they've got the best all round service. If you just want to play computer games, yeah, and you're comfortable with having something that's not gonna be as good as it could be, go for the PlayStation. If you're not bothered, fair enough, go for the PlayStation. But if you want a console that's gonna, you know, the game's gonna be centered around that console, because that's what's gonna happen. I'm sorry, this is where PlayStation have shot themselves in the foot again. Yeah, they've made it cheaper and a lot of people are falling for it, but they've shot themselves so badly in the foot, because game developers, just like now, are going to focus on making games around the Xbox. And that's what Xbox likes. Microsoft want that to happen. And you know why? Because the game developers know it. Every Xbox console owner has got a Kinect, so they can make it around it. You can utilize the Kinect fully. Don't be surprised in a couple of years' time to see Call of Duty involve the Kinect in the campaign. You'd be running along and you'd be like, you'll have to like command your troops by talking to them, or move your hand for a gesture to tell them to move on. You know, stuff like that makes the game more realistic, more you're getting more immersed in the game. You understand? These games again are going to be made for the Xbox and ported out to the other consoles, because they have to work. You know, they did it. It happened this time with the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation, because the Xbox didn't have a Blu-ray player. It had a standard DVD player, and you had to. So the games had to be developed with that in mind, and the majority. Only every now and then you got a few disc games, but the majority of games they had to keep it under the 9 gig. Yeah, you had to keep it under 9 gig in order for it to work. So all the games on the PlayStation got held back, apart from the PlayStation exclusives, to Xbox One, to the Xbox 360. And now it's going to happen again, but now they're on a level playing field with the Blu-ray and the disc space, so they can make the games massive on the Xbox, but also involve the Kinect. And I honestly believe the Kinect has got so much to give, and you know, make in gaming a lot better. I'm not a big fan of the Kinect at the minute. I'm really not. This one we've got at the moment. It's gimmicky. It's not any good really. I mean, Kinect Sports and that, it's a bit, you know, a bit shit. And it's the same for all motion sensors. The Wii and all that crap. It just makes it shit. But I think there is potential there. And I remember years ago when they were first developing the Kinect for the Xbox 360. I got a fucking speeding ticket. When they first developed the Xbox 360 Kinect, the actual Kinect that they made, the original, the prototype, was so powerful the Xbox couldn't run it. They had to dumb it down. because I can't remember, I think the original Kinect prototype, it could read you know, you get your knuckles and your facial features and basically look like a picture of you. That's how good the original Kinect was, and the original Kinect is exactly what you're getting with the new Xbox. That's all it is. They've not done much development. They've just done the original Kinect, what the original Kinect was all them years ago. Done a few tweaks here and there, but I'm looking forward to seeing if what I'm saying comes true, because if it is, PlayStation, you have fucked up royal. Because PlayStation would have done fine if it would have just kept the bloody PlayStation Eye involved and kept the price the same as the Xbox. Then there would be no arguing, none of this fucking shit. And we made it. Decent payday this as well, isn't it? 26,000. How much do-re-mi have we got now? Should say 57,000. Right guys, that's the end of this video, and thanks for listening to me dribble on about shit again, and I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you're wondering where I get my articles from, check IGN.com or Kotaku. Just trusted gaming news websites, because one thing I don't do to get my news is go onto YouTube. I think that's the worst place you could ever go, because it's full of people. I'm saying this, but you're watching me flipping thing talking about it, but at least you guys know I've got my information from proper websites. A lot of these guys on YouTube, they just fucking sprout out and say a load of drivel, whatever on top of the fucking face, on top of their head, and go with it. But yeah, you know, this information is coming from like websites and stuff, and me personally, I used to prefer listening to someone talk about something instead of me having to go to an article and read it myself. So if you guys enjoy it, let me know. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Leave us a comment. If you haven't subscribed already, I know there's a fair good chance that you haven't subscribed, because I haven't hardly got any subscribers, but just give us a sub. And I'll check your channel out if you've got a channel going, and if it's, you know, and if it's my sort of thing that I like watching videos, I'll sub and I'll watch your videos. You know, it's all about preference and what you like on YouTube. It's just one of them things. You either like it or you don't. And I have certain genres of videos I like to watch, and I have no problems in it, that subscribe button, as long as it's something that I'm interested in, and that's fair enough, really. It's the same with you guys. Don't sub to me if you're not looking for a bit of casual gaming, some gameplay walkthroughs, bit of Minecraft, bit of things. I'm going to be starting playing Nazi Zombies in the next week or so and recording it for you guys. Some custom maps on there, but Euro Truck Simulator, this is where I like to voice my opinion on certain news articles. So if you like news and stuff, I'll try. What I'm going to do from now on is every time there's like a few stories come out, I might leave it a few days or whatever. But every time a few stories come out about, it could be anything, games or the consoles, or you know, anything like that. I mean, I got an article that I'm going to be covering in the next video about PCs. It's not. it's not going to have anything to do with consoles in the next video. It's on AMD and Intel and some products what are coming out for both. So, you know, this is what I like to. Euro Truck Simulator is where I like to voice my opinion and stuff and sort everything out, you know. And then all the other games you just play for fun, have a laugh, you know. But I can just relax on it. I don't have to work hard tapping on the fucking mouse and the keyboard. It's just a few buttons and away we go. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.